Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell, of course, pleased to be joined by Gracie Trotter. How's it going?
Going pretty good, very busy. A lot of working. So I started working over the off season for my dad in Calico. Not a lot of employees over there, so it's been hard trying to get caught back up over there, but still good. Business is booming over there. But been working at the race shop a lot too after work. So trying to get my late model ready for this season. So we're going to race a lot out at Hickory. We're going for the championship this year, and the goal is to get my name on that brick wall on the outside of that place.
That's awesome. So I know that a lot of people were expecting or going to expect you to run this year. Can you kind of talk about like what happened with all that and all that? Because I know that there were a lot of things swirled around with your name, potentially what your plans were going to be this year.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it really all just comes down to sponsorship. I mean, I know a lot of other racers understand that, and to go race in the higher series, it costs a lot more money than most people think it does. So really at the end of the day, it just comes down to being able to find that money to go race, to go race for the good teams with the winning cards. So that's really what it all came down to, is that. And so kind of just pursuing some other opportunities, working on going to school actually, and want to study some business classes. So just sponsorship really. So it's terrible that it comes down to that, but that's what it is. And we're going to go out and race Hickory this year with my family-owned team, and just me and my dad and Gary, my dad's friend. He actually used to be a crew chief when my dad ran a race team. So just a lot going on, and we're going to go get those wins and, prove ourselves this year, and, hopefully something can come out with that.
So what were you going to run ARCA if sponsorship allowed it this year?
Oh yeah, for sure. If sponsorship allowed it, I wanted to run the full ARCA Menard series. Learned a lot last year. Only had 10 races to kind of prove myself in the ARCA series. Didn't get a full season last year, but I feel like, a lot of the tracks that I was comfortable at, that I've kind of been to, tracks that were similar to, I feel like I had good runs at and kind of proved myself there. But some of the other places, like the bigger tracks where I've never even been on any track like that before, never really got practice last year either. So it was a really tough year going to those tracks and, trying to prove myself there with, not a lot of experience or practice laps. But I feel like we could have had a good year with the ARCA series this year if sponsorship did help.
Do you plan to be back in ARCA this year? If sponsorship allows it, do you talk with some teams and stuff?
We have no plans as of now. I'd like to. I've been working on some things, trying to line up some sponsorship deals, but nothing really has come about big enough to be able to go run even one ARCA race yet. So it is hard work. It's a full-time job, and having to work and also working at the race shop, it is, hard to find enough time, because you can work full hours of a day trying to find sponsorships and not be able to find one. So it is a tough deal. And, if we can find the money, then for sure I'm going to go, try to run some of the ARCA stuff.
Did Busch Light reach out to you?
No, I'm actually not 21 yet. I turned 21 this year in August. So I'm guessing that's probably why.
Yeah. Have you been in contact? I know your birthday's coming up, but have you been in contact with them possibly? Because I know they announced a lot of things with the program that they're doing and stuff.
No, not at all.
Okay. So kind of going in and talking about kind of going back to late models and stuff. Of course, we saw a similar thing with Ryan Rebko's doing right now with, of course, your Denver, North Carolina friend and stuff. I know he's doing a lot of the dirt stuff. You're doing a lot of the pavement stuff. This, how exciting is that to kind of go back to your roots a little bit? Because this kind of goes back to when you were with Rev Racing and doing all that fun stuff there.
Oh yeah, late models. It's always a blast racing. Locally at the short track, places like Hickory, Tri-County, all these places that have so much history and just that put on great racing. Short track is always what I've loved to do, and just the type of racing, the guys I race against. And so especially the guys who race around here in North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina area. I mean, these guys in late model stocks have been doing it all their lives. And so it's great to race against those guys because, like I said, it's great racing. I learn a lot from them, and, great racing. I don't know what else to say other than short track racing. So, yeah, it's a fun deal. And like you said, Ryan racing the micros. I actually have a micro now, so we're putting that thing together. So we might be out at Millbridge some this year racing. So he might have to teach me some ropes for a micro. I've never been in anything like that before. I've ran some dirt stuff, but I know the micro will definitely be a different animal. Yeah. But I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I know he's picked up a few wins on that as well. But kind of talk about that. I mean, it's like, did you ever think you ever tried dirt before and all that?
Yeah, when I was younger, I really liked dirt racing. I loved going to all the dirt races, and really, I sometimes think dirt racing is some more fun. I know testing is, because testing on asphalt, you're going to test for the race and making changes. On dirt, you don't really make as much changes. So you're kind of going out there and just slinging it around. And on dirt, you kind of have to drive it how it is. You can't really make many changes. So I think dirt racing is a lot of fun to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, love asphalt racing, love short track racing, but all kinds of racing is fun. But I have done some dirt stuff. I actually raced one of Justin Haley's UMP modifieds. So that was about 4 years ago, I feel like now. And I've done some dirt legend car stuff with Joe Ryan Osborne, and like I said, might be doing some of the micro stuff this year and maybe some dirt go-kart stuff this year. So the dirt's a lot of fun, and really, like you were saying, the asphalt side of things, that's what my dad grew up doing. And so that's kind of what we knew doing growing up. And that's kind of why we went that path. And but my dad's always tried to put me in dirt cars growing up because it does help with car control.
Yeah. So you talk about Joe Ryan a little bit. Of course, a lot of people use his dirt. I mean, you look at Chris Wright, Blaine Perkins, and all them. Talk about how'd you meet him, and what you like with him with those Joe Ryan race cars a little bit.
Yeah. So I actually started racing Bandoleros legend cars in 2015. Before that, I was strictly just raced go-karts on road courses. I never even been on an oval before till 2015. I actually raced for Kevin Cram for about a year, racing Bandoleros and some legend car stuff, and they were awesome to work with. But it was kind of time to move on, and one of my engine builders, he was friends with Joe Ryan and was like, here, like, let's go, like, this is a perfect team. And so we decided to go there for, the new year. And so first weekend off, won our first race together at Concord Speedway. So that was awesome. So ever since then, I've been racing with them and got a lot of wins. Was the first female to win a championship out at Charlotte Speedway, which was in the Winter Heat Series in 2019. So I've had a lot of success with Joe Ryan and the team, and he has taught me a lot about being a race car driver and just a lot of things that I know as a driver and use driving till this day. He's taught me. And so over the years, the Hornaday family, Candace Hornaday, Ron Hornaday, they're always over there helping, and they just love racing. They love giving back to the sport. And I don't know what else to say, but they're just wonderful people to work with, and they have a whole program set up over there. Candace, she does a lot over there. I don't know how she does it, and running that team, being the team mom, the team manager, making sure everything's right when they go to the track, and making sure the kids are good and doing what they need to do. Because when you're young like that, a lot of kids don't, realize what all it takes to get to the top, and they think it gets easier as you move up, but it doesn't. And she does a good job at, teaching them those things and making sure they're prepared, whether it's working out, eating right, being at the shop, learning how to work on the race cars, whatever it is, they got a whole program going on. So I really think it's a good team to go to if your kid's new to racing, or you just want your kid to be prepared for the next level once they are ready to move up.
Yeah, the Hornaday Driver Development Program, of course, a program that I've had a lot of experience with working with a lot of their drivers. So good stuff there. But when will we see you on the racetrack next, Gracie?
This weekend. So finally, the wait feels like it's been forever. It feels like it's but we've got to test once so far this year. We tested about a week ago, and we're going to be testing some later this week out at Hickory, making sure we're ready for the weekend. But the first race will be at Hickory this weekend, and then we're racing the following weekend out at Hickory again.
That's awesome. All right. Well, Gracie Trotter, thanks for catching up with us. We'll of course have you on again to talk about what you've been up to and see if any new deals get announced as well. So thanks for the time.
Thanks, Casey.